Hello everyone. So today we are going to talk about salary predictor using machine learning linear regression model. As you can see, normally what we do when we say work on the machine learning project, we start in Jupyter Notebook and start seeing about the Python codes and all. But I want to start today in a different way. Once you complete the project, how user will see it. So if you see here, this is the app that I have created in Streamlit, and this is accessible so you guys can use. I will put the link in the comment below so you can use it. And if you see, right, if you change it, you see my salary prediction is changing. So we are giving expected range. So if you have 9 years of experience, you can ask this much of salary in between this range. And if you have 13 years of experience, then you can expect the salary in this range. Then you can see the salary distribution analysis. This is completely based upon the data set that we have. We have really very small data set, but using the data set, this is how the bifurcation looks. And if you can see for 13 years, it's falling in the range of year, and you see this number is close to the range. Okay. Similarly, if you can see here, we have created a box plot as well for the salary distribution for the each segment, and we have some outlier here for the year between we have 2 to 5 years of experience. Then I have created a box plot for overall data, so it didn't find any outlier in the overall data. Okay, but as you can see, our R square score for this model is 0.95. So the root square R2 square score normally range between the 0 to 1, and 1 is good, 0 is bad. So 0.95 is a good number. But as if we see our data, so if you can see, we have in our data only 9 data points. So this is a very small data set. But our objective is not to build the best model. Our objective is here to learn how to build the model. So in this exercise, what we are going to do using this data set, as you can see left hand side and right hand side, we have the problem statement, and we are going to perform these tasks. Okay, I will share this code as well, so you can create your own app as well. Okay, but these are the tasks that I am to perform. Additionally, what I have done here, I have created the all code and everything on the GitHub, so you can use this stuff here and you can start working. So now let me go to my project I have created in Google Colab. So on top, as you can see, we have the problem statement. So if you can see one by one, first we have to load the data set using pandas, then extract the data from years experience column in a variable X, and then salary column in a variable by, then split the data for training and testing, and that's asking to make 66% in training and 33% in testing. Then create a linear regression model, and once the model is done, then make the predictions, and then using R2 square check the model performance. But on top of that, I have done some additional things for you. So once you have this the notebook file downloaded, you can see the definitions for you. And not only this, what I have done actually, I have created here the range function as well for you. Okay, and if you see here, right, I have created the example for overfitting and underfitting as well. Okay, so this is what all things we are going to talk about in this video. So we'll be covering pretty much everything here where you can know about overfitting, underfitting, R2 squares and all. And also I have created a variable function where you can create the range as well. Okay, And in the last, if you see, most probably I'm not going to cover this in this video if it become too long. If not, I will talk about other matrices as well to define the model performance. Okay, and here I have created example for you using some data points so easily you can understand. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, and again, this is for the person who are new in the machine learning projects, but not for very experienced person. But if you want to brush up your skills, brush up your knowledge, welcome. So as you can see here, I have imported my two libraries that I need, pandas and numpy. Using panda library, I have a data in cell data or CSV. I have loaded it in DF, and then using df.head, I am visualizing the data so I can see cell year of experience in cell D. Finally, I am extracting the years of experience in my variable x. As you can see, I am getting the data and converting and reshaping it because in Scikit-learn, it's required a numpy array. Okay, it's required the input data in the form of numpy array. Not for output, it doesn't matter, but in input, it should be in numpy array format. So that's the reason I have done this value dot reshape, comma, sorry, bracket -1, comma 1. So as you can see here, I have my all data points here. Okay. Now we are extracting the cell D information. So we have cell D as well in Y variable. As our data is input in X variable and output in Y variable, now we are going to split this data. Okay. Now we are going to split this data in the percentage that's asked. So they are saying 33% for training. Sorry, 33% for testing, right? So what we do, if you can see here, we have imported the library, scikit-learn library. Okay, and we are splitting the data. We have created a variable xtrain, xtest, ytrain, ytest. So if you see train and train, so that's for training, and test for testing. So first, using the 66% of data, we will do the training, and using remaining 33%, we do the test. So as you can see, I'm splitting data x and y. Test size is 0.33 and random state is 42. Random state is, we already know. If not, it's the mechanism where we're asking how you can pick the records. So instead of picking top 20 records, no, there will be a mechanism to pick the record. So it will be randomly picking, and this is the variable. That's how it's working. Finally, what we are doing, our data is split and ready. We are bringing the linear regression model declaration, and finally we are making the object here and regressor dot fit and passing the x train and y train data input and output. This model perform the actions, and finally action is completed. It just say linear regression, and then now using this predict method, regressor.predict method, we are going to verify the outcome. So what we are going to do, we are going to pass our input for testing xtext and get the output into new variable called y underscore test underscore pred. Why we are not using y test? Because we already have the actual output for y test in the y test variable. So we are creating a new variable called y test pred. And as you can see, when I'm printing the y test spread, it's display the informations, right? What is the salary it's predicting. But now to verify, okay, so we already know in our test data, if you have a 1 year experience, your salary is 100K, for example. And if you're having a 3 years experience, your salary is 150K. But when my prediction model is working here, right, we are verifying how much model is predicting. So for example, for 1 year in our data set, salary is 100K, maybe it's saying 110K, or maybe it's saying 90K, or maybe it's saying 100K exactly. So using R2 square, we are comparing the results between our white test and white test prediction. So actual and predictions, we are doing that, comparing the results. And based upon that, R2 metrics help us to understand, okay, how much predictions is happening correctly. So R2 value lies between 0 to 1, and 0.95 is a very good number. Okay, if you want to understand in terms of percentage, you can say it's 95% working correctly. For the understanding perspective, you can say 95% is working correctly. So that's how now our model is ready, right? So my regression model is ready. Okay, before I talk about that overfitting and underfitting, I will jump to the prediction one, right? So here, what I have done, I have created a variable, so sorry, a function predict salary, and here I'm passing the year experience. And if you can see here, right, I'm just converting that numpy array here and passing the year of experience here, and then the model regression.predict is predicting the value or salary for the given experience. So if I'm passing yes 2 years experience, it's giving me 44176. But if I change the value, it change that predicted salary as well. Next thing is what I have done. So because it's prediction, right? So right, we will say when somebody asks you, okay, what time you come, you will say around 3. You never say I will be here sharp 3, right? Because that's not possible. Okay, until unless you are very punctual to the time. Okay, but so we'll say we'll around 3, right? So we are giving the range always. So here also, right, what I have done, I have created a method, say predict salary range, and we are saying minimum salary and maximum salary. Here what I have done for now, I have just say okay 10% lower and 10% higher. So whatever prediction is coming for that year, I said okay, minimum reduce 10%, maximum increase 10%. So as you can see, it's displaying that information here now. So whenever I'm passing that in a 2 years experience, it's giving me this. If I say 15 years experience, I get this. Okay, so that's how I'm getting values for min range and max range. But here there's something we have decided the logic. And this logic, if you say how you decided 10%, so don't worry, when you're working on the real projects, this is something discussion between you and project or business will decide, okay, what percentage you can keep. If they are looking for range, if they're looking for exact number, whatever comes, it's good. And again, regarding the data split percentage, that's again, we go with the confidence level, right? Okay, what percentage data we have. So I think if you have any questions, you can post in the comment section and we can talk about that further. Okay, but if I go here, right? So if you see, right, I'm checking R2 square. Now I'm coming back to the overfitting and underfitting one. So R2 square is done. Now what we are doing, we are checking R2 square for R2 score, sorry, R2 score for training data and test data, right? So as you can see, it's both are coming very close to each other. But if you want to understand, right, what is overfitting and underfitting, so let's example for training, R2 score is 0.98, but during testing, it's not performing well and is giving 0.62, 0.65. It's clearly example of overfitting. Means you have provided the data in testing, the unseen data you can say. Okay. So the unseen data means unseen scenario. So in training, you have provided all the positive or the good data and everything there. That's the reason is giving you 0.98. But in testing, you have not provided the data, or maybe the uh, null values are there, maybe issues in data or something. But that's the example of overfitting. Underfitting, if you say your data either in any case, right, model do not have the enough data to predict well. So in training or test, when at both places is not working well because there is not enough data. So that's how overfitting and underfitting works. And I'm going to set up a, separate video for talking about other matrices, mean absolute error, mean square error, and root mean square error, and residual plots. But for this video, I think we are good. I'll share this all everything to you. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and like so you can get the more videos like this. Thank you.